welcome back to Linda's Pantry. Super excited to bring you along for another delicious recipe. And this is probably the easiest thing you could ever put together. Let's say you were invited to a party at the last minute and you want to bring something and you're like, I don't have time to go to the store. Well, you don't have to. If you've done your work and you've got home canned pie filling in your pantry, you can make this. Or if you had store-bought canned pie fillings. So this is just a quick and easy dessert. It's so good. And it's refreshing for summertime as well as in the winter. So this is my version of a rhubarb crumble. And I'm going to do these in little 8-inch cake pans so we don't have so much dessert that, yeah, we're overwhelmed with it. I'm taking one to work tomorrow, I promised the girls. And the other one I'm gonna it's gonna stay here for my husband or he's gonna take it to work. And I'm not sure because I'm doing a smaller version how many of these I'm gonna need, but I'm for sure gonna use the one with the most headspace. And that's because I was lacking in the amount of strawberries I needed for the recipe. So if you follow that recipe, and that's the last video I posted, and I'll have that in the iCard above, the canning of the rhubarb pie filling. If you follow that recipe, it's exact, so you can't cheap out on the fruit. Just gonna tell you. And oh, it's so good. Okay, so can't be easier. The hardest part's the topping. So you're gonna open, great seal. Do not reuse your lids unless you use them for like dry canning. And even though you look at it and you go, well, it's still got a lot of that plasticine on it, it's not worth your stuff coming unsealed because of time and temperature changes, and that happens no matter where your pantry is. So enough of that. Let's get this out of the jar. And I used clear gel to thicken this, and I'm thinking a quart will be the right amount, but we'll see. I want to make sure I got plenty. Because this isn't something like you have a big piece of cake. This is a small dessert. Oh, yum. Oh my gosh. Yep, it's going to take 2 of these. That's okay. Because guess what? I have rhubarb coming out my ears outside. And I'm going to be making some more rhubarb pie filling, strawberry rhubarb. So if you've had rhubarb mixed with another fruit that you really like let's say raspberries or apples or any of that, leave me a comment in the comment section. Give me a suggestion of what other fruit I could do the pies with. Okay, so it takes about 1.5 quarts for this 8-inch, for the amount. I want it about halfway up the plate here. So I'm gonna go, oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. You can smell that rhubarb, it's making my mouth water. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna go back in the pantry and get one more jar of that to do the second one. So that part's done. Whew, that was hard. I'm gonna melt my butter and then we're gonna get to our topping, and that is super easy. And let me get that started for you. So you want a sleeve of Ritz crackers, 1 sleeve. And I buy these at Costco because my husband likes peanut butter Ritz crackers with a little drop of honey on them. And you're gonna give these a good whack or 2. Get that out of my way. And you can just crush them with your hand. That works too. It's part of the topping. So it's gonna be rustic. You could use a whacker if you want. I put this towel down just in case I was gonna be hammering on my counter. And in a separate bowl, you're gonna want to get a cup of oats. And I use old-fashioned oats. I don't use quick oats, so cup of oats, which makes it healthy, right? That's right. You're gonna need a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. And the sweetness really is derived from your filling, so we don't want it overly sweet. Let me get my butter melted and we'll put this together. Okay, so we've got our butter. that seems like a lot of butter, but we're only having a little square of this. Maybe a quarter of a cup is really a serving because it's sweet. You just need that little, don't eat half the container. You won't like yourself in a couple of days when all that weight shows up. Now I'm going to save this bowl for the next one. And I'm going to go ahead with my pastry cutter and cut that butter into the sugar. And I really love the way this comes out. You get that crumble, and instead of adding flour, the Ritz crackers take over, and they're buttery. Oh, so who doesn't love this already? And then I'm going to go ahead with a spoon, and you're just going to get this all incorporated. And there you go. And I have a couple other desserts that are a variation of this. If you'd ever like to see those, go ahead and leave me a comment, because there's one with cream cheese in between that makes this really, really good. And there's another one, a blueberry lemon, that's super delicious. So let me know. Okay, I think I've got it mixed pretty well, or as well as I want it. And we're gonna put this topping right over the top. Oh my goodness. And you want a generous amount, so you're filling up the top of that crumble with this mixture, which makes this pretty decadent. And because everything is really cooked through, except the rhubarb has a little further time to cook. It really, in the canning process, you don't really cook the rhubarb per se, so it's got a little bit of time, but you want to wait till this topping is, everything's bubbling through and it's golden brown, and you can't believe how good it smells. It's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, in the 350-degree oven, and when I bring this back out and it's all bubbly and delicious and I get to take a bite, you guys are gonna be jealous. I would love to share it with you. Okay. So guys, look, they're all done. And they're bubbly, and you gotta let them cool down, because this truly is like hot lava. And this one was a little bit fuller, the second one I did. So I took some out and made little, well, hopefully you can see, little ramekins, single ramekins for Michael and I. And that way we're not tempted to dig into the second one. And so I'm gonna let these cool so they're ready to eat, and then I'll put the container lid on these. But the top, I don't know if you can hear that, it's crispy, and I can't wait to try it. It smells heavenly in here. So I always put foil down whenever I bake something like this that might leak in my oven, and so I was glad I did, because it would have smoked up and carried on. And that was in the oven about a half hour. So just till it's bubbly and your top is as brown as you like it. There's no set timing for things. Set it for 20 minutes and check and see if it's brown enough, you know, and bubbly enough. And if it's not, go for another 10. I know there's a lot of you that have to have timing, but let me see if I can get a bite of this. Now these would be delicious with ice cream or with homemade whipping cream on them. They're still extremely hot, so I don't know if you can see this. I'll hold it like that. So there's a little crumble individual. It's all warm. Get that down on top. Oh, and it's thick, just like you like it. Look at that. And screaming hot, guys. I don't know if I should take a bite of that. Let's let it cool down a minute. So while I'm letting this cool down, be sure and go in the comment section, leave me a comment what you'd like to see next. Like I said before, maybe give me some ideas of what else I can do with my rhubarb. And let's see. Oh, check the links below, because I'm going to have a link to my Facebook page. I also have a link down there, an Amazon link. You can go shop through that link. You don't have to buy what that particular item is, but shop through that link, and it really helps the channel out. It doesn't cost you anything more. And yeah, as always, guys, here's to hot. Oh my gosh. That top is crispy, buttery. It's delicious. And you get the oats, so you feel a little healthy. I'm just kidding. And the tart yet sweet of the strawberries and rhubarb is just a perfect spring and summertime dessert. So I hope this inspires you to try your hand at this. This was super easy. I don't think you can get rhubarb pie filling in the store, but this would work with any kind of pie filling that's your favorite. So let me know what you like best. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe canning episode. Puppies are coming, or a gardening video. And as soon as we can get that rototiller going and it's not 50-mile-an-hour winds like it is today, hence the hair, we'll get outside and do a gardening video for you. All right, guys. Whew, I gotta eat another bite of this, and then I'm gonna save the rest for after dinner. All right, see you next time. Bye.